It's here! Rockstar has given us our update for Red Dead 2. It's been almost a month since we last received update or news from them regarding Red Dead Redemption 2. And it's big, boys. It's big. The update itself, we got a new game mode, but what they're telling us, what Rockstar is telling us, that they're going to add so many cool things to the game coming in the next month or so. So let's start off with the new game mode we got, which is Gun Rush. Now, Gun Rush is essentially Battle Royale. Rockstar Red Dead Redemption 2 Red Dead Online had these these kind of Battle Royale game modes. There was a throwing knife fight one, and then there was a bow one. This is a more true, Gun Rush is a more true Battle Royale game mode where you start out with nothing and then you pick up your guns as you run around and you're playing to the last one alive. The circle closes in and it's pretty fun. I played, so they have teams Gun Rush and they also have solos Gun Rush. Solo's Gun Rush is between 2 and 32 players. I jumped on for about half hour early this morning, right when the update came out, and I only got games with like 5 people in them max, so I didn't get to test the full 32 Gun Rush and see how hectic that is. I imagine that those ones are pretty hectic. I'm not the best when it comes to the player versus player stuff. One thing I want to point out though is I think ability cards still work in the Gun Rush mode. I'm not 100%, but while I was playing this morning, I went up against a level 70 and I ended up shooting him in the head and only his hat fell off. So either I only hit his hat or more likely he had the ability card where if you get shot in the head, your hat falls off instead of you getting killed, which I think is kind of lame that people that higher levels have a massive advantage over the lower levels. I think that's just kind of lame. I wish it would be even killed all the way through. I can understand in free roam getting those ability cards and having those advantages, but when it comes to playing the game, PvP game modes against each other, matchmaking, I think people should be on an even playing field. But let's not get caught up on that because there's so much to talk about with what Rockstar is pointing to in the future. We got Gun Rush. That is the game mode. That's the addition. That's what we've got in today's update. That's the thing that's come new to the game. On top of that, they added a little button where if you get killed early on in the game and you don't feel like waiting the whole time, you can just move to the next game. You can hit I think it's circle for me, B on Xbox, and you can just move to the next game. I don't believe you get the experience for staying in the game, but if you get killed right away, you don't need to wait the whole time to go through the matchmaking process. You can just jump in to that next game, which is kind of nice. Now, Rockstar is talking to us, and outside of Gun Rush, which they added today, they're telling us what we can expect in the near future. Their words: more updates are coming soon, including new races and showdown modes, new clothing and emotes, as well as some additional changes based on player feedback, including daily challenges. Tackle new challenges each day, covering every aspect of the game, from sharpshooting to evading the law. This is really fun because we did get a new matchmaking game mode, but this looks like daily challenges look like something they're going to be the free roam aspect to the game. So I can't wait to see more free roam things come to the game. I want more things that, you know, aren't necessarily player versus player based. So that's kind of pointing in the direction of that, and I'm excited to see what that is. Now, there's a lot of things that are coming soon. The next thing, law and bounty upgrades. Some changes are coming to the way law and bounty systems work in Red Dead Online to reduce the enticements for griefing. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Thank you, Rockstar. Soon players will get a bounty for committing crimes and will be incentivized to pay them off. Incentivized to pay them off within an allotted time. Wait too long and bounty hunters from each of the states will track the player, forcing them to either pay up or escape. This is neat. So yesterday we talked a lot about what the bounty changes could be, and a lot of people, or some people, going I think too far, and then some people not going far enough and just saying that, hey, there's no problem with griefing, aka all the griefers in the games taking that viewpoint. But it looks like now we're gonna have a system that helps players avoid griefers, or at least helps deter griefers from going around and griefing people consistently. I hope this comes in the next month. All these changes are said to be coming soon. I hope this one is one that we get sooner rather than later, especially like if daily challenges come into the game. I'd like to see some law and bounty changes too, because it could be really annoying if we're doing some daily challenges. I don't know how hard those are, but you get 15 minutes into one and you get griefed. So I'm hoping to see those law and bounty upgrades soon, as Rockstar is saying they are coming soon. Sweet. Next thing, parlay changes. We're making the parlay system easier to trigger so that you can avoid aggressive players more quickly. In addition, it will be easier to trigger feuds, posse feuds, and leader feuds to take on attacking players in structured competition. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So along with law and bounty changes, where if players are shooting you, they acquire a bounty, and then NPCs will start to hunt them down. Sweet, that's gonna deter griefing. On top of that, parlay changes, where players aren't gonna be able to grief you as often. They're not gonna just... Right now, you can get griefed 3 times before you can parlay. Hopefully, we see maybe you have the option to parlay after once. Now, I would like to see something from Rockstar regarding keeping your contents, the things you've gotten, pelts, carcasses, and stuff like that on your horse if you get griefed. I don't see anything in here about that. And honestly, griefing is not that big of a deal, in my opinion, until you lose a lot when you do get griefed. If you're just riding around and you're going from point A to point B and you get shot off your horse, you're not losing a whole lot. You can just call your horse back and continue your journey. It hurts a lot though when you're hunting and you get griefed. So hopefully the system overall would deter people from griefing like that, but as of right now, it doesn't look like they've made any changes to how our horses function with their pelts and their carcasses. Cool, cool, cool. Let's move on to the next thing that Rockstar says is coming soon: proximity-based player blips. Player location blips will soon appear only over short distances, reducing the range at which you are visible to others, decreasing the likelihood of being targeted by another player across large areas. Down the line, we're also looking to introduce the ability to identify players who grief and kill indiscriminately with a progressively darkening blip that becomes more visible and at a longer range, so everyone in a session can identify potentially dangerous opponents at a glance and from a safe distance. Again, so 3 of these changes that are coming soon are focused on griefing. The Rockstar is listening to the feedback that you're giving them, that we're giving them. This is awesome. Like, this is so awesome. One of my hitches, or one of my points on Rockstar, was I wish they would be a little bit more open with where they're going and what they're doing in the game. Just give us an update once a week. Well, this is great. This is great to see that Rockstar is listening. We're having... Players who are just playing the game and enjoying themselves are having an issue with griefers. Having your player dot appear in only a short distance is going to be hugely beneficial to avoiding griefers. Hugely beneficial, because players aren't going to be able to see, oh, hey, this person's down here hunting the cougar or the panther or whatever. Let's go grief them, right? So this is going to be hugely beneficial to avoiding griefers, along with, now when we go in, we can see where the griefers are at and either proactively avoid them, or, hey, let's give them griefers a little bit of their own medicine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that change. Then... man, I'm so happy that Rockstar is listening, man. I'm so glad that they're listening and they're giving us an update and letting us know where they're going. Now, these are things more to come. We're working on lots of new content that we'll be releasing this year. Just a few of the updates in the works are all new missions to build on your story in a land of opportunities from previously established characters like Horley, Jessica Leclerc, and some new ones as well. A range of dynamic events throughout the world. That sounds neat. So we can only guesstimate to what that could be. Let's say that the bank is transporting a large sum of cash to another location, and that pops up on the map, and you get to be a person who tries to go and stop that wagon from getting there. That sounds really fun. Lots of new competitive modes, including new showdown modes and races, plus new weapons and clothing, and lots more we're not quite ready to announce just yet. There we go, folks. Rockstar is saying a lot of what's to come. One thing that they didn't mention at all was wagons. They didn't mention wagons at all in this update, so don't know how soon that's something that Rockstar is going to try and tackle. So far, it looks like there's going to be a lot of balancing changes to the game and adding things in along the way as we go. I also want to keep in mind, in this update, Rockstar did state a big thank you to everyone who has taken part in the Red Dead Online beta over the holidays, and especially to those who have taken time to provide us with their feedback. Please keep it coming. Red Dead Online will stay in beta for a few more months yet, as we have many more new gameplay features to add across the board, as well as further changes to improve, stabilize, and refine the overall experience. So I think that is the stance that Rockstar is taking. We can expect the game to stay in beta for at least a few more months, and we'll see where it goes from there. As far as content changes, we're going to be getting new game modes. Like to see some more game modes, in my opinion. Like to see some more game modes that aren't necessarily like, I'd like to see some fun ones, some ones where we get funny moments when we play them, you know, not ones that are super competitive, more ones that are really funny. You know, we got a lot of those, you know, when it came to GTA Online, and especially when people started to be able to create their own game modes. So I'd like to see some more stuff like that, some funny things, and not necessarily super competitive based things, but things where we can get a laugh out of it. So Rockstar says they're going to be adding more modes. I mean, they say a lot here, but I think the main focus of this update was, well, obviously adding that new gun rush mode, which is pretty fun. You know, it was kind of fun when I played it. I'm not good at the player versus player stuff, but I enjoyed the half hour I spent playing it. But mainly griefing, and Rockstar is in the next month here going to be focusing on helping people with griefers, making griefers the enemy of the state that they truly are. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this update, what you want to see next. Before, you know, that Rockstar laid out a lot here. What do you think is top of the chopping block? What do we want to see next on this update list from Rockstar? Thank you guys for the support on the channel recently. Truly do appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed to daily content, daily Red Dead Online content, guys, and we're bringing you everything new that Rockstar tells us as soon as we can, right away. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you in a future video. Take care.